So now that we have added tables to our CV resume, so what we want to do now is add some assets. So what we mean by assets are static files like images or CSS files, JavaScript files. So external files that are generally static, don't change very much, and compared to the dynamic part where the content of the page will be fetched from some database or some APIs. So here, once we start adding the assets, so in this case I will have one example. We have an image and also we have a PDF, so we can have a link to the PDF. So suppose if you're not able to print it, which you can very easily do if you are in the browser, you can just Control P and you will have a print version. But to make it easier for maybe mobile users, maybe other users, maybe we'll want to include a PDF link to the same PDF, or maybe a little more advanced PDF, maybe a different version. So how do we do that? In our code base, so let's go and add some files. So here I will add a PDF and not create, but add a file, upload files. Okay, so before I upload the files, what I want to do is I want to have an assets folder. So generally it's a example, a use case that all of the assets are in a single folder. So the server knows that where to serve the static files from. So we'll try to create a folder. So the way to create folder, we don't have that format in the online when we're doing it from our CMD or doing it from our GitHub desktop. We can create folders, but here from the browser it's not possible. So what we are going to, I will try to do is create the folders, create a folder. So let's create folder. Let's call it assets, and inside assets I will have the img folder. So /img. So you can see automatically GitHub can figure out that these are the folders. And inside img, maybe I will have an index.txt, let's have HTML because we're doing HTML. So this is test. So let me create this just to get that folder structure. So let's commit these changes, create HTML, nothing to change in the description. So here we have in the img, we have an index.html. So you can see from here the path, just like in your Explorer. You can see this is the root repo, there is assets and there is img. So now let's add the file. We can upload some file. So let me choose my file. Yes, so I have this img. So I can put this in the img folder. Yeah. So add files, so I upload. Nothing special to add over here. Let me commit the changes. And now I can see that there is an assets folder. And inside the asset folder, there is img. Inside img, there is a .jpg file. So we can have this JPG file. And also, I will also want to add my PDF resume. So similarly, what I will do is go to assets/img. And so I want to include it in the assets. So let me add a file over here. Assets, in the assets, let me call it PDFs because all PDFs I want to be in one place, and index.html again. So I can have a list of PDFs here, PDFs. So index.html in PDF folder inside assets. And inside assets, I want to add my resume, upload the files and choose my files. So this is my resume.pdf. Let me open that. So this is uploaded. Commit the changes, whatever new things have come in. So now we have 6 commits. So one commit was for creating the index, then I added the file and I can create index. So currently my file structure is all my assets are inside the assets folder. So there is img, there is the image, and in the PDF I have a resume. So this resume is different, I think, from what we have been designing till now. Yeah, so this has a multiple single page layout. So the tables are put in a different direction. Good. So now let's go back to what we are trying to do. So we know this is the relative path. The resume is in this relative path and the image is in this relative path. So we can have the same relative path when we are trying to have. So our root, what is our root folder? So our root is /2023. So if I go to inside this, if you remember, assets /img, this will be our test.html, the index.html that I have put. So this is my test is showing up, and my file name was sasman.jpg. So the image has now appeared in our URL in our website. So let me check out this path to this image, and I can add this to my here in my resume. So what I will use the img tag, and my src will be the link that I have copied right now. So that will be, and we'll have attribute height. So the attribute will fix the height to say 120, and then we self close. So img is a self closing tag. It doesn't have a /img closing tag. So once we run with that, so the image appears. The image that we have, this image shows up. Now we want this to be on the right lines, be a left aligned or right aligned. So for that we have another attribute on img, which is kind of phased out right now, but it still works. So let's go with it for now. Later when we learn CSS, we can do it using CSS. So we can float it to the left or right. So this is how it will look on left. Let's check out on right. Yeah, so right looks significantly better, a little better. So I'll keep it right for this one. So you can choose whatever works for you. And here I also have the PDF. So what is PDF? So if we go to Wikipedia and learn about PDF, so PDF develops around the same time as HTML. It is developed by Adobe around 92. HTML we know developed around 1990. So the purpose of this PDF is because there are multiple OSs and multiple browsers, and to render the same document, different browsers used to do differently, and it looked wildly different. So this was an effort by Adobe to create a standard, a portable document format, which looks the same across all browsers. How it achieved this was by saving all the fonts or spacing. It's just like a HTML document where it saved all the assets, all the content in one file. So whenever it opened up in a different OS, it will look the same. It will look very same. Like if you save the font along with the files, which was not done before that, then whenever you open the file, even the fonts, the images are the same. It is available in that file, and it used to look the same across multiple browsers or OSs. So taking that, in spirit of that, we did a PDFs, I think, yeah. And I did a resume.pdf. So if that is there, yeah. So my resume is also available on the website. So we can click this, take this URL, and what I want to do is add this to my top links. So let me add like this, and let me have my href. It will point towards this one, and from there I can have PDF. I can say PDF and close the A tag. So let's run on this, and my PDF tag shows up. So in this places also, what I can do is I can remove this individual, because my root is like this. I can remove the first, the main, this domain. So /2023 and then assets PDFs resume. Should I remove 2023? So I have to find out, should it be parallel to this? So if I let me check the view page source. Okay, this is img, you can't see the page source. So let's go to the root file, and if we have, so this is relative. If we have a relative path, should it be relative to slash 2023 or slash. So should we remove this 2023 or 202 should we remove? So I think I will remove this because 2023 is part of the let me keep it, it's not a problem, because so we have the image, we have put the image, and we have our PDF assets. So even if I click this, you can see it opens up properly. So the link is right. Let me run this. Okay, it breaks. So here you can see that slash 203 breaks. Yeah, because it is relative to this website, but in the editor it is not able to find those assets. So it works for us. Let me copy this thing and let's update our index file. So in our index file, edit just like before and paste everything in here. So the changes that we have made, we have added this resume and we have added this IMG. This IMG is here, the PDF is here. Okay, so this should go up top. Control X, and I'm putting it after the links, and let me also put a line in there. Let me have some wrap, and so all the links, top links are there, the image is there. So I am a little bit doubtful about this relative path, so we'll figure out if you have to correct this. So let's commit the changes. We are saying added assets and IMG PDF, IMG and PDF. So maybe here IMG plus PDF. So let's commit, go with those changes. So now immediately it will start deploying. If we go back to our code pieces, we'll see the deployment has started. So it's waiting to get the job. In the meantime, let's check out. So this is our page. It will get live here. If the images, if the relative path and the absolute path, relative path is fine, then it should start showing up. The image should start showing up. Build completed. Report build status. So while that happens, let's look at some more tags. So what did we learn in our tags? We had the IMG tag. So here we are using the IMG tag and the SVG tag. And SVG tag we will use later, which is for vectors. So we can actually have paths and vectors inside the SVG. And it is also significantly smaller in size than a image. And it also scales up because these is vectors. So it scales up to whatever size, to from smaller to largest, from smallest to largest, without pixelating. So we have done table formatting, and we will also have some form elements. So we'll also look at form elements down the line, and embedding content, in which we have some of audio, video, so new media, and embedding other pages, embedding in iframes. So we'll be looking into these tags. So let's see if the build has happened, the deploy has happened. So yeah, we have got the image. If I open it in new tab, so you can see the path is how we have put it. So all our assets in one place, and if I check my PDF, yeah, that opens up perfectly. So now you have learned how to put your assets, both your IMG and PDF, and also going forward we will try to add other CSS or JS files. So this is how we add assets to our website. So this was a nice lesson, and with this we will close this one chapter and we'll move on to the next one.